Hello, my beautiful plant friends. Stay tuned for some great stuff that's coming your way. So today I thought I would take a few minutes to introduce you guys to a few plants from my holiday cactus collection and go over some of the characteristics and traits of each type of cactus. All three types of these cactus are super easy to grow, and they have similar growth habits and care requirements, and they all come in a variety of colors, as you can see. This one here is a Thanksgiving cactus. This one here is a true Christmas cactus. This one is a Thanksgiving cactus. And this one here is an Easter cactus. If you guys hear some noise in the background, we have some construction going on next door, so please just disregard that. So anyway, getting back to these cacti. All three of these cacti are native to Brazil. The Thanksgiving cactus, these two here, this one and this one in the back, bloom in late autumn. The true Christmas cactus, which is this one here, will bloom in or around December. And the Easter cactus, which is this one over here, this one, will display buds in February and will bloom around Easter time. The scientific name for the Thanksgiving cactus is Schlumbergera truncata. The true Christmas cactus is called a Schlumbergera bucklei, and the Easter cactus is called a Rhipsalidopsis gardneri. These three different cacti are characterized and differentiated by the shape of their leaves or segments, which are actually flat stems called clades. So if you look at these guys, these ones have like little claw-like protrusions on the clades or the segments. This one is an Easter cactus, and see, if you look closely at the ends of these clades, you can see little bristle-like protrusions on the ends, these little hairs, if you can see them. I don't know whether you can notice that on camera. There's little tiny hairs on the ends of these clades. And if you come over here to a true Christmas cactus, it appears that they do have, these ones also have a little bit of bristle-like protrusions on the end. But the way that you can tell the difference between the two of these guys is, I can tell the difference because like the texture of these guys is a little bit different. The clades or the segments are a little bit smaller, and also the scalloping around the edges is different on these guys. They are more of kind of, I guess, like a teardrop. And on the Easter cactus, they're a little bit more rounded. So if you really just inspect them closely, you'll be able to see the difference. But I did read somewhere that you could distinguish the two of them, the true Christmas cactus and the Easter cactus, because the Easter cactus has bristle-like protrusions, but the true Christmas cactus also has some bristle-like protrusions as well, but just not as much, I guess. So right there, you can very faintly see them on here. With a Thanksgiving cactus, you can definitely see the difference in the shapes of the clades. So if you see a holiday cactus that has these little spikes on them, these ones are called These ones are the Thanksgiving cactus, the Schlumbergera truncata. And again, if you look at the Easter cactus, the scalloping on the edges is a little bit different. They're more just rounded. They do have little bristle-like protrusions on the end. And then the true Christmas cactus, the clades appear to be a little bit more scalloped along the edges. All three of these guys are super easy to propagate just by breaking off a stem with a couple of clades on it, like 2 to 5 clades or segments on the stem that you take off. And when you take them off, I would suggest, and I can actually probably take one off for you right now. I would suggest don't pull them off, just twist them off. Doing this with one hand. So if you just twist this off, that will come off very easy. This is what the end looks like. So you want to take these clades, these segments, and let them dry out overnight so that the ends callus off a little bit. I would give it like a day or two. And then you can take these and with the same, you do the same with the Thanksgiving cactus. With these ones here, you just twist them off at the base of one of the segments. I would suggest twisting off a piece of the stem with at least 3 of the segments. It'll give it a better chance to root. But they're super, super easy to propagate. Again, you just let this callus over for a day or two and then take them and plant them directly into soil. And I would suggest a soil that contains, I would say, about 50% cocoa coir or 50% peat moss to about 25% of perlite, and then you can maybe add a little bit of orchid bark in that as well. Or you can do 50% of the peat moss or cocoa coir, and then, you know, like 50% of the perlite. You know, I mean, my soil, I'm not too particular on the, you know, as far as exact measurements. I kind of just prepare my soil, and if it looks good, if it looks airy and it looks, you know, fluffy and well draining, then I just go with it. So anyway, when you have prepared your soil, just take these after they've calloused off for a day or two, plop them into the soil, and for myself, I water it. I don't put a ton of water into the soil, but just enough to wet the whole top of the soil. And I haven't had any problems with them rotting out. Like I said, they really root super, super easy. I guess maybe with the Easter cactus, when I have propagated a couple of these guys, I have had an issue with them kind of starting to go a little bit limp, and I thought, you know, maybe they weren't going to take. But, you know, after a couple of days, just making sure that it is moist at all times, within about a week or so, they will be completely rooted. So I think that's about it, you guys. Yeah, this is part of my holiday cactus collection. If you don't have one of these guys, you know, or all 3 of them, I would suggest You know, if you like the appearance, you know, you like the looks of them, they're awesome, awesome plants, and so easy to grow and so easy to propagate. Um, and, you know, as mature plants, they, you know, they can tolerate a little bit of underwatering. They can tolerate, you know, a little bit of overwatering. I never, you know, you never get yellow leaves except for if they fall off. They're just always beautiful. Even when there's no blooms, they are just gorgeous, gorgeous plants. The growth pattern is it's just so awesome. And, you know, I would suggest that if you are propagating them to start a new plant, when you put the segments into the soil, you know, kind of put them in different positions so that they're not like all just growing, you know, one way. I like to put mine in the pot so that, you know, I have them facing different directions. So it gives like a really nice, full appearance to the plant. So anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, just some tips and tricks. As far as, you know, light requirements, I keep mine in a, I would say like a moderately lit location. I have them each in a different spot. My biggest one in the back, this one here, I have in, it's like in a northwest facing window. My True Christmas Cactus, I have this one in an east facing window. And this one here, I have in an east facing window. And this one here, I actually have in a south facing window, but it is on the bottom rack of my shelf, so it doesn't get direct sunlight. I would suggest that you don't give any of these guys direct sunlight because it will stress them out. The clades will start to get a little bit of a red appearance to them. Some people prefer that look, but you know, I like mine to be nice and green and healthy and lush looking. When they get a little too much sun, they start to get, like I said, a little bit red of a cast to them, and they start to get a little bit wrinkled and they just don't look as healthy. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel and please like the video and share. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and until next time, bye-bye.